Here are the best things you can do in Prague. Located right beside the main train station is the Czech National Museum. The history includes everything from the 8th century to World War II. They also have an exhibit to show what their land would have looked like millions of years ago. The main city square in Prague is Wenceslas Square. They have a bunch of markets set up here, usually selling Czech food. There's also a lot of stores set up all along the street. Old Town Square is the oldest and most popular square in Prague. This square dates back to the 10th century because it used to serve as a market between old European trade routes. The square is gorgeous and it has a lot of restaurants around it too. In the square, you can head into Old Town Hall and see the old architecture on the interior, and you can also head up to the tower. On top of the tower, you have stunning views of the entire city and Old Town Square. Voted as one of the most beautiful buildings in the world is the Dancing House, located in Prague's New Town. The architecture of this building is really cool and it was completed in 1996. Located just north of the Dancing House is the rotating Franz Kafka head. Franz Kafka was born in Prague and he's one of the major figures of 20th century literature. This head rotates for 15 minutes every half an hour. The KLEMENTINUM is a famous building in Prague and is home to the Baroque Library. This library was made in 1772 and it was the main library for one of the largest and oldest universities in the world. You can also go to the top of the Astronomical Tower for beautiful views of Prague. LETNA Park is a really great hangout spot in the city. Just like everywhere else in Prague, you have to climb up a big hill to get to the top, but at the top you get stunning views of Prague. Then head to the Prague Metronome and grab a Czech beer and chill with all the locals to watch sunset and some street performers. The oldest astronomical clock still operating is located in Prague. It was built in 1410 and it was the third oldest one built in the world. The clock chimes every hour for 45 seconds and there's usually a big crowd gathered around it at that time. A famous Czech dessert to try is a trdelník, and there's no better place to try them than at U Kajetana. It's rolled dough wrapped around a stick and topped with any ingredients you want. The Lennon Wall is a wall in Prague that's filled with John Lennon-inspired graffiti. Now they have a wall set up with poems about peace because of the ongoing war in Ukraine, and anyone can write one to be put up on the wall. A sight you can see from the entire city is the Prague Castle. This castle was built in the 9th century and is a UNESCO monument. This castle was a seat of power for Bohemian kings and queens, and is still used today as the seat for the president of Czechia. Near the Prague Castle is the St. Vitus Cathedral. Coronations of Czech kings and queens took place here, and is also home to buried patron saints and noblemen. This cathedral began construction in the year 1344. Staying in that area is Golden Lane. This is a lane with a bunch of small houses, and many people used to live here, including famous Czech writer Franz Kafka, who lived in house number 22. Czechia is the country with the most beer consumed per capita, and Prague has a bunch of bars that serve the best Czech beers. Spend some time drinking and playing games with the locals or other tourists. The biggest club in Central Europe is KARLOVY LAZNE. This club is 5 floors and each floor has a different theme, which include an ice bar, a hip-hop floor, oldies floor, dance floor, and a chill floor. It's located right beside Charles Bridge and is packed every night. If you want to try some local Czech food, head to Lokal Dluha. This is a large restaurant that uses local ingredients and is also a great place to have some local Czech beers. Walking in the city, there's a hanging statue of Sigmund Freud. This was created by famous Czech sculptor David Černý, who has his works displayed all over Prague. One of the most famous sites in Prague is the Charles Bridge. The construction of this bridge started in 1357 and was finished early in the 15th century. This is the oldest bridge standing over the Vltava River. There was an analysis done on the bridge and they discovered some milk and wine that was used in its construction. The street connecting Old Town Square and Powder Gate is CELETNA Street. This is a famous street in Prague with a bunch of restaurants. Another great lookout spot in Prague is Petrin Hill. Getting up the hill is a workout itself, and there are some gardens here at the top. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Comment any spots that I may have missed, and I'll see you again in the next one.